Today is the second webinar in our series. My name is Liz and I look after content at Boma. I'm joined by Caro, I think. Caro, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hi, everyone.
Fantastic. So we're all in different places, which is why I have to ask whether she's there. Caro heads up our technical support, and I have Andy sitting beside me, who is head of engineering.
Hello.
So, yes, thanks for joining us, and thanks for those that joined us yesterday. We will be sending out a recording of yesterday's webinar and today's webinar shortly, so if you did miss one, we will send that through to you. Thank you also to those who sent questions through. That was helpful. I have got a question here that I think is worth covering right now. So the question was, what do I do if I don't have the Xero HQ login? And the answer to that is that you do need the person in your office to type it in that has it. So it's worth adding them as a team member. You only need to do that once. It is put into Xero, not into Boma. It's not shared or visible, and it simply allows the two platforms to talk to each other. So it's only when you do that, though, that by syncing the platforms, you get access to the Xero content library, and obviously you get your Xero contacts so that you can send email campaigns to them. So it is an important thing to do. On the same subject, someone asked, if you make changes in Boma, does it update Xero? Xero is the Xero HQ is the source. So if you are updating contact details, do it in Xero, and the information flows through to Boma. There was one other question I've got here. Can we send unlimited campaigns? And the answer is yes. If you've finished your free trial and you're on a paid subscription, the subscription fee is based on the number of contacts you have, not the number of campaigns you send. So you can send as many as you like, and obviously that's up to you to work out what that level is based on your workload or what your audience wants to hear from you. And then the final question I'd just like to cover off is Instagram. The question, I think, was, we linked to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Instagram is a bit different to the other channels. No media sharing platform can post on behalf of a user to Instagram unless it's a paid post. And we will be introducing paid posts through Boma to Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So you will be able to do that. We'll be updating users on that. But at this stage, if you want to post on Instagram, you need to do that within the platform, not via a media sharing platform. Okay, let's have a look. We're going to go just into the website here, but we're going to start on today's webinar. It is quite short. We're going to look at contacts. Boma is like an online marketing department, I suppose. Within the platform, you'll find all the tools to create beautiful campaigns, post to your social channels, and if you are an accountant or bookkeeper, when you connect to Xero HQ, you also get access to regularly updated content to get you on your way. Let's go into the app and see, well, yesterday what we did, we set up our campaign, signed up, third party and social integrations, email theme, and we connected with Xero HQ. But we're going to look in a little bit more detail at contacts today. So contacts are obviously essential for email marketing, and we know that email marketing is a really effective way to communicate with clients and prospects because obviously your message goes directly to their inbox. So this offers you the opportunity to send something that's really specific to your audience, things they're interested in, and you can demonstrate your firm's expertise and the value you add to their business. So we'll go into contacts. In here we can see that we've already got some contacts because we synced with Xero HQ yesterday, so those contacts are in here. But you might also have clients that are not using Xero HQ, and if you're not an accountant or bookkeeper, that's the likelihood. You're not going to have your contacts in there yet, so we need to add them. And you can do that in two ways. You can either add them individually or in bulk. So to look at an individual contact, click on New Contact. Let's add one, for example, Jane, Boma Marketing, Jane Smith. Oops. Shouldn't be in caps there. I'll go with what it's got there. You can add a phone number, gender, but these are the must-haves here. So just for the purposes of this demo, we'll just add those. Save. Says it already exists, so I may have used that name in a demo. Let's go Jim. I've got the caps lock on, Jim. Save. Okay, we've created a new contact. Now that you've done that, you can add a tag. And obviously that's an important thing. We're going to look at that in a few seconds. A tag is important because it allows you to segment them for marketing communication. Click Save. And we'll go back into contacts. If you want to upload a larger group, you can do that as well using a CSV file. Like everything on Boma, the process is really straightforward. If you haven't heard this file name before, it stands for comma separated value, but basically it is a universal file for sharing data. And you'll be able to export to CSV from, for example, Excel or a spreadsheet program you're using, or if you're using a media sharing platform. So click on the button Import CSV. Once you're in here, you'll see that there are a couple of things you need to check to make sure that the import process happens correctly. And you can see them here. The file size must be under 5 megabytes. That shouldn't be any problems. That's a really large file. Currently, the CSV file must have only 3 fields. Those are email address, first name, last name. We will be adding more to those. And the email address must be in the first column. So if you're not sure of the format, you can download a valid example here and look at that. And don't worry if you've got duplicate contacts, Boma won't upload them again. So you can either drag and drop or click to browse, and we'll select that from my computer on the desktop. Contacts, open. I can see that CSV file is now there. You will need to add a tag to these contacts in the new import list. And tagging them allows you to segment them. So you can tag them in whatever way makes sense to you. For example, their stage of business or an industry sector. I'm going to create a tag. I'm going to call it trade because these are construction clients. Create the tag, click OK, and I have now tagged these. The reason there are 2 drop downs here is that if you have contacts within this new upload that are already within Boma, it will tag, you have the option to tag those ones as well, or you may only want to tag the new unique contacts. I want to tag all of the contacts within the CSV file, so I've selected that drop down. Click Upload. So depending on the size of your contact list, this may take a couple of minutes. You can go away and do something else, because when the import is complete, you will see a success message on the contact import page. It really will only take a couple of minutes, so I'm going to wait here. But you will also receive an email, and both will tell you how many contacts were imported successfully and if any duplicates were identified. So we'll just wait for that process to continue. Perfect timing. So now we can see that the import is complete. 127 new contacts successfully imported. You can either go to contacts or import another CSV file. Let's go to contacts. Now to see the new import, they are in the pages following your existing contacts, and in our case, following our 0HQ clients. You can now go into these new contacts and add some more detail. You might have a phone number, gender, their date of birth you might have, and you can add another tag. So if you think about this contact list as an essential business asset, using tags you can segment, and this allows you to send information that's specific to their industry or the things that they're interested in. And if the content you send is relevant and useful to your recipient, you're more likely to be engaging with them and build loyalty. We've all had emails that we've been sent before that don't have relevance, and then you're less likely to click on the next one. So nurture your clients by sending useful and relevant content in order to grow your business. So now we can go on to the next contact or the previous contact using these buttons, or back into contacts. That is it for today. It was a very short webinar. I think we're done and dusted within 9 minutes. Caro, do we have any questions based on today's webinar?
We do. We have one person who's asked, can we have multiple tags per contact? And the answer is yes, absolutely. You can have as many tags per contact as you wish. And another one was, Does Boma pull through the industry category tag from Xero HQ? And the answer is not at this stage, but we are working with Xero to pull through a whole lot of extra fields that they've got there.
That's right. Yep. No, we're really aware of that one, and that is something that is in progress. And that's the thing with an app that you subscribe to. We're constantly improving and making changes. So rather than buying one thing and then having that as the finished product. So yes, all those things are in progress, and we will be updating users when those things are updated. Anything else?
Someone just asked, can you delete a tag? And the answer is yes, you can. You do need to go into the client to delete that tag though.
So if we go and look at Charles Gray, we've got a tag there. I can click delete that tag and save. Actually, that's worth mentioning. Just anything that you do in Boma, make sure that you always click save so that the thing that you've just recently done is corrected in the database. Okay, well, if there are no more questions, thank you very much for joining us. If you do think of things afterwards, which is often the case, you can contact us, send a question through to today, support@bomamarketing.co.nz. Within the app, you can click on help. If you're in the website, you can click on support. And if you are in the app, you can see that there is also a little icon. You can talk to us that way. So we'll see you again tomorrow. We're going to delve into the content library and the image library, and we're going to send a campaign. Thanks for joining us.